You are still watching Markets Midday right here on Business Television India. A stellar performance coming in from PNB Housing Finance, on the back of which the counter is seeing quite a smart surge. We're looking at a spike of about 8% in trade at the moment, profits jumping over 50%. However, NPAs have seen a slight expansion. We have with us, joining us, the Managing Director of the NBFC, Sanjaya Gupta, to help us really decode those fourth quarter earnings. Thank you very much for speaking to us right here on Business Television India. It's been quite a strong quarter that you've had, with a PAT growth of about 51% and an NI growth of 16.8%. What really seems to have worked so well for you this quarter?
Well, Q4 is a result of the entire year. So whatever, tweaking in the reference rates we were doing, whatever we were doing to our liabilities over the previous 3 quarters have been given their results in quarter 4. So I would say quarter 4 is an outcome of the good deeds of the previous quarters. That's about it.
Mr. Gupta, I was looking at your gross NPA and net NPA. Both have moved up slightly. If you look at the year-on-year picture, from 0.3% of your gross NPA, it's gone up to half a percentage point this time, and your net NPA has gone up from 0.25% to 0.4%. So if you can paint us the picture on asset quality, both in the housing and the non-housing segments.
We are very satisfied with our, portfolio quality, and we continuously monitor it. It is highly technology driven, and let me tell you, whether it is the resolution rates, whether it is the backflows from various buckets, whether it is our NPA resolution, whether it is sale of assets held on the balance sheet for sale. They were very healthy. In fact, they grew by about 27%. So if you see assets held for sale on the balance sheet, they came down to significantly by about 27%. So which is very, very, satisfying to a person of like me.
Just while we have you right there, to ask you, how did the cost of borrowing pan out for you, and how do you see that going forward?
I think the cost of borrowings or the cost of funds are going to be stable in 2020, and the volatility we are seeing is getting muted. It's a straight line, and I think it's a time to borrow long, not borrow short, because we envisage that not before October, November, this volatility in the credit market is going to subdue.
All right, Mr. Gupta, it's a pleasure having you with us. That's where we're leaving it. Good luck on the quarters to come. And we're looking at this particular quarter. Thanks indeed for putting that in perspective for us. PNB Housing Finance stock is up by around 9 percentage points. The fourth quarter has turned out to be a strong one, and clearly the street is lauding it on a day that we are seeing some major retraction coming in the markets even as we speak. We take a small breather. After that, we bring up Crompton Greaves Electricals. They've launched a first of its kind LED bulb. How's the product likely to add to their profitability? We'll find out in just a moment here on this edition of Markets Midday. Do keep it with us.